Hello everyone, Carnasa here, and welcome back to Space Engineers, and welcome to the bottom of the ginormous hole that I dug in the last episode as part of Operation Excavation. In between the episodes, what I have done is I have just created a bit of structure leading down. I have removed the drilling platform that was on the top because we don't need that anymore. And what I have also done is I have moved the tiger moth down in preparation for having somewhere to place it as part of the massive underground base that I am hoping to have. What I want to do in this episode though is start working on the sliding door that is going to cover up this hole. So I have no idea how I'm going to start this off. I really don't. I probably need to dig into the side of this hole a little bit, so I've got a bit of space. I know, no, what we're going to do, I do need some wheels. I need some rotors. I need rotors because that's how we're going to create the sliding door.
Meteor storm inbound.
Okay, Where's these meteors? I've moved the unicorn away, and that is my only protection at the moment, so I really hope that those meteors don't come smashing into this base. Ah, there we go. The old base has it covered. Anyway, I'm distracting myself. I want to build up this. I really don't know where to start, though. It was so much easier doing it in my test world because I had space. This I'm going to have to drill out some space. So whilst I'm digging out this little section of this, which will hopefully contain one half of the sliding door, what I want to talk about is kind of like a few plans that I have for down in the base. One thing that I really want to do, and I'm not sure if this is going to be possible, is have some kind of system where I can just pick and choose what spacecraft that I want to launch from this hangar section that we've got here. So have maybe some system of rails, or I'm not really sure if it'll be rails or if it'll be pistons, that kind of you press a button and the craft just slightly makes its way into the middle, and then we can take off from whichever craft we have selected. I think that would be a really cool idea. I'm not sure if that's going to be feasible with my limited knowledge of the game, if I'm going to be honest, but we'll see how that goes. And one other thing that I do eventually want to do, this is kind of like, although it's quite big, I feel like it's probably the biggest thing that I've ever drilled in this game. It's still not big enough, really, to get a large grid ship down here. And in the future, one thing I would quite like to do is be able to have a system, a base like this, that will be able to launch my large grid ships. And then you just open up like the massive hangar doors, and then suddenly you've got a ginormous ship that's just flying out of the ground. I think that'll be a really nice idea. Well, that's certainly a big chunk taken out of the side here. I don't know if this is going to be far back enough for what I want though. So I think what the best thing to do now is probably figure out how much space we do have in here. So this, oh no. Oh no. Oh dear, that's really not good. I've got no way of getting back up from here if I've run out of fuel. Can I jump? Can I fly and get out of this hole and refill? Or am I going to have to use the tiger moth to get myself out? Oh, I don't know. Right, let's go. Let's go. Yes, I made it. We're out with 0 fuel remaining. Anyway, so what I was working on was, of course, bringing this out here to see how much we are actually going to need. Let's have a look. I think this was 5. It had did it have a radius? No, it had a radius of 6 of these blocks, maybe. So if I bring this out to here, yes, so that's the end. So 6, well, kind of 5 with 1 in the middle. There we go. So this is actually far enough in this direction. And I'm not sure if I can use these light armor blocks because I don't know if Clang's going to like that or not. And another thing, I do need to make sure that this is all completely clear so that it doesn't count as it doesn't count as a station, because I need this to be able to move. So I'm going to have to dig this slightly further down. Well, I now have a hole that is big enough to fit the door in, and I have placed all of the components for the actual door of this construction. I am going with light armor blocks. I think I'm going to stick with light armor blocks. Reason being, originally, when I designed this, I did use glass doors because of all of the issues with Clang that I believe that you can get with light armor blocks. However, I was told that it should be okay to use light armor blocks with this, so I'm going to build this up with these blocks, and hopefully nothing terrible goes on. I'm a little bit nervous though. Now the next step is to build the system of rotors that is going to make this door slide along. That is going to be difficult. I probably do need to clear a lot more space, and I probably need to clear a space out here as well. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to make this all look like it fits nice and snug. Well, as it seems right now, I seem to have made a complete and utter mess of this location. Hopefully I should be able to smooth it all out with a little bit of work, but I am getting somewhere. So this line here will be what the door moves along. So I've got a rotor here, and I've attached small heads to these, and we will have wheels on here. And hopefully, if I put wheels on the top here and wheels on the bottom with a little bit of magic, maybe bringing down something this way, it should hopefully mean that this will be stable and this won't fall off of this kind of platform that I've got going on. I don't know if that's going to work though. This is a bit of a different design from what I did before. What I did before, I had wheels coming on all 4 directions, but because I've got a lot less space to work with, I've had to try and figure out a way of making it as compact as possible. And in doing this, I've not tested this, which means that it might just completely crash and burn. So we'll see. I am having to clear out a much larger space than initially I would have liked. It'll be interesting to see what it ends up looking like and whether I can kind of like make it look like it is all sealed in. This bit at the bottom, to be honest, doesn't matter too much. It's more the top that I'm worried about. I do kind of want to leave some of the cave-ish looking walls visible though, because I feel like that'll be a real nice aesthetic to have to this. It's more like, you know, that you're living in a giant hole in the ground rather than being in some base in space or something like that. You know you are in the ground, there's rock everywhere, and it looks really cool. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to go for. There's a storm brewing, and it is very, very, very noisy. Yes, it is very, very noisy indeed. So I'm just currently working on how to connect the door up to the main base, or the main structure of the base once I have released it. Just so that we can recharge the batteries on this door, because we are using rotors. I have placed a couple of batteries on the door, but we are going to need a way of connecting it. And I think probably the best thing to do is just something a little bit like, if I flippity-flip that around, like this. There we go. And we've got a connector on the main base. This is the kind of pillar that the wheels will be using. And then we got a connector on the door. And what I will do is I'll place one of these on the other side as well. And that way, well, it should all be symmetrical, which will be very useful, I imagine. It is so windy. It's so windy. But with that, actually, I think that is this side, the left side, all done. Well, I've not welded it up yet. That's going to take a while. But we've got our rotors in place. We've got wheels on the top there, wheels on the top there. If we come down here, you can see it is exactly the same with another rotor in place. We've got a little bit of a section that leads down to this rotor. Hopefully, that should make this door completely secure once we've got the same done on the other side as well. These are a couple of batteries, like I mentioned just now. We do need a way of powering this up. And I think that should be it for one side. Now I just have to repeat this 4 times. No, 3 times. Yes, because I've already done one. And I need to drill out that section as well. This is actually going to take quite a while to make this sliding door. Well, I kind of guess I knew what I signed up for, so it's time to do the exact same thing over here. So much nickel going to waste. It's fine. It's fine. I swear, if I run out in this series of nickel later on, I'm just going to look back to this episode and think, why, Carnasa? Why? Why did you do this? Why did you right-click through all of that nickel? You could have had loads, but I mean, there's going to be asteroids. There's going to be asteroids that we find later on that I'm sure will give us adequate amounts of nickel, potentially. Oh no. Uh-oh. We interrupt this. Where's the unicorn? Where's the unicorn? Where is it? It's over in this direction somewhere. There it is, I think. Yes. Quick. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Oh. 19 health left. That was close. That was really close. Aha! A floating cube. Okay, well, anyway, with that energy situation all resolved, it is going to be time. It is time to get back to working on the door. The mega door. The mega door of megariness. No, what? The door, the big door, the sliding big door. Yes, I think we'll just keep it at that. Oh, finally, the storm has stopped. So annoying, the noise of the blizzard. It's driving me insane, but it is gone. It is gone, and we are good. I won't be crazy anymore. Oh, well, there's no guarantees of that. There is absolutely no guarantee of that. As I sit and look at the nighttime sky above me, I realize that I'm running out of steel plate and I need to get some more. Oh, another flying cube. I have finished this half of the sliding door. Well, I say finished. What I have done is I have placed everything. So I did go with an extra set of wheels on the end, just to make sure it doesn't fall off. And I have also placed a couple of connectors at the front. That way they will be able to connect to the main system using this connector as well. This is basically it done. Now I have the monumental task, the mammoth task of actually welding this all up. And I think what I am going to do to begin with is I am going to weld all of the crucial components, such as the rotors, the wheels, the batteries, all the kind of stuff that makes this work. And then I'm going to test it. And if it works, then I can get to welding the rest of it. Well, once again, I find myself completely out of resources. So we're going to be taking the unnamed rover. We're going to go for a little bit of a mining adventure and mine a lot of iron. And I think rather than bring the rover back to Ice Base Echo, is I might take it over to the unicorn and get the unicorn to refine all of the iron. I feel like it might be a little bit easier rather than reversing it into that garage that I've got going on. Now just comes the tricky part of finding out where all of the iron is located. Well, I mean, that really wasn't too hard to find, was it? I do have to be careful though, because I'm fairly certain that I'm going to run out of iron in this little mine quite quickly. I've gone through a lot already. I'm gonna have to find another source. Let's quickly make our way over to the unicorn. Very quickly. Damn, this thing can go fast. Wow. And I might have to figure out how I'm going to connect these two up, but hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. They can connect. They can connect. That's glorious. Right, so let's just toggle lock, and there we go. We have one gigantic rover connected to one small rover. And hopefully that means our refinery should start be producing lots. And with this connector here built, and if I just fly very quickly over to this side, I said very quickly, but that was rather slow, and this connector here built, that is now all of the basic components built for this sliding door. Now it's just time to test it. Although that being said, I am going to have to set up a timer block and a way of making sure these all are rotating the right way. And that's where my good old friend Build Vision comes in. Now I'm very bad at telling if this is going the right way. So what I like to do, because my brain is really not very good at doing this. So I'm looking at this and I'm imagining that a car is driving from that way to that way. Should the wheels be moving that way, or should they be moving that way? So these wheels are moving that way, so we will be going that way. So yes, I know that is the correct direction that I want to go. So all of the wheels are in place and moving. Now what I've got to do is I need to make sure that when we set up the timer block for this, which I do have a timer block on here, which was for the drill originally, I need to make sure that the door moves smoothly, that the wheels are going the right way, and that the connectors are turned off that should be. I want the rotors to reverse first, and then I want to have the connectors disengage so that we can tell the door that we are going to be going the other way, and then we'll disconnect and then the door will go. I think that's right. So we're going to put this here and we're going to toggle block on and off, and there we go. And that will be our timer block. That's what we are going to want to do. So all I need now is a button to enable that. But first, we do need to disconnect this. That's going to be fun. So what I'm going to do is do you want to quick save? Yes, of course I want to quick save. There we go. We have saved this up. Now, if I remove this, we should see this move. Or not. Something's gone terribly wrong. Something's gone wrong. What's happened? Why are you not moving? That's a bit strange. Why is it not moving? Why is it not moving? Is there a bit of terrain that's stuck in here or something? The connectors are off. That's correct. It shouldn't still be connected by anything, at least as far as I'm aware. Well, one way to see if it's the terrain or if it is connected is if I come back in here, have a look, and I go to my control panel. Do we still have all of the rotors? No, we do not. So, it is separate. It is indeed separate, yet for some reason it is not moving. And I feel like that may be due to the fact that we might have a floating bit of terrain that's stopping this from going anywhere, because this is no longer all connected to the main section. So how am I going to find out where that terrain is? Oh no, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Oh, come on. What's gone on? What's gone wrong? What has gone wrong? Maybe if I turn this up to 2 RPM, do that to all of them. Maybe this might help. 2 RPM for this. So it's going to be a fast door, speedy boy door. We're still not getting anywhere. We are still not moving. I don't understand. So I think I found out what was wrong. This is a static grid. I think I need to convert it to a ship for this to move. Fairly sure anyway. I do, however, once again, want to do a bit of a quick save. You just want to be really careful about this. And let's convert this grid to a movable grid. Let's name it first as well. So this will be S door right. Okay. Now if we convert this to a ship, hang on. Convert to ship is not possible. Why not? Why not? Seriously, why not? It also says that we have conveyors on here. We definitely do not have conveyors. I'm so confused. I've gone around and I've checked and there doesn't seem to be anything in the way. Why can't I convert it to a ship? So I think I fixed it, and I think the issue that I was having was basically the voxels were too close to the sliding door. There weren't any voxels within the sliding door. However, because they were a little bit too close, I was unable to make this a ship and get this moving. So if I now come into info and I convert this to a ship, there we go. It does work. And we are moving. We are slowly moving. The door is sliding shut exactly how it should be. Now all I need to do is do the exact same thing for the other side. And of course, weld up the actual door itself. But there we go. Any moment now. And it does look like the left side is moving a bit quicker than the right. But it has shut. It has completely shut. And we have a door that shuts and opens if we were to flick a button and turn it the other way. So I've made a star on the left side of the door? Was it right side? I can't remember. By digging out yet another hole that I feel like should hopefully... Oh, now that I look at this... Yeah, that looks a lot smaller. I'm probably going to have to do some more drilling. But I'm hoping that this won't take me anywhere near as long due to the fact that I've already done it once. And it is just going to be me copy and pasting the same design back over. Well, now that I've gotten around to placing the rail down for this side of the door, as we can see, we're going to need a much bigger hole. Aha! Floating cube number 3. And just like that, it is gone. For the last 20 or so minutes, I've been struggling to think how I'm going to connect this sliding door to the main section of the base once it shuts. And this is kind of what I've come up with. It does look a little bit janky, but I feel like this should work. Oh, great. I've run out of energy and I can't see anything. Oh, at least we've got this down here, so I can just sit in here. I forgot about that earlier on when I ran all the way over to the unicorn. I could have just come down here. That would have been the smart move. However, as I'm sure people can tell from these videos, I don't always come up with the smartest of solutions. I'm fairly sure this side is now all done. Only fairly sure, not 100%, because there is probably a very big chance that I've forgotten something. I've got rotors, I've got wheels, all of the rotor parts are welded up. We've got connectors at the back and at the front. I think it's good. I think we're good. I think now all I need to do is start making these turn in the right direction. Oh, no, I have forgotten something. I forgot to place batteries down. That would be important. Otherwise, these aren't going anywhere as soon as we disconnect them from the main grid. And there we go. We have a couple of batteries all sorted out on this section of the door. And of course, I do have another couple over here, but because they require 80 power cells to create each one, I'm not going to be doing those for a while. However, now that should be this all done. I just need to come in and use build vision to start my velocity going. And go around and do this for every single one. And once that's done, then we should be able to disconnect the door. And we can meet them up in the middle. Be very nice. So the wheels are all moving in the right direction, which should mean, hopefully, that looks like it might get in the way. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that very quickly. As I was saying, hopefully, if we remove this here with a little bit of a quick save first, we should start moving. Right, so it does look like I have to do exactly the same thing all over again, so I'm gonna mine away as much of this as I possibly can. So I've spent the last couple of hours working on this door system, and oh my, it has been so tricky to actually get it to work exactly as I wanted it to, but I think I am there. Yeah, the way it opens and closes, it's more of a missile solo than kind of like a regular hangar. But this is basically the idea that I was going for. We're not going to be keeping any nuclear warheads down at the bottom, or are we? I don't know. You can get warheads in this game. I'm fairly sure you can get warheads, but any minute now, and we can see that they close nice and tightly together with minimal clang, which is amazing. Now, all I need to do is weld it. One thing I'm really hoping as I'm welding this is that welding, well, the finished blocks, I don't know if they're going to be heavier than just the placement blocks, and if that's the case, I really hope it doesn't mess around with the rotor system that I've got going on, because that would be really depressing. And with that, that should be the door now completely done. I don't think I have missed anything. I probably have, but oh well, that is the main structure of the door. Oh, I'm gonna have to, whoa! I'm gonna have to open up the door to get out. Oh, but that looks so cool. Look at it. Oh, I'm in love with this missile silo base that I've got going on. Missile silo? Did I say solo before? Well, I went and grabbed some steel and finished in the last of those bits that I'd missed, and I've colored everything in, and I really don't know if I prefer it like this or how it looked originally. I honestly don't know, but I haven't opened this up now that it's been fully welded, so this is going to be the first time that I open this up. Where is my little control panel? So this is what I've got here. So this is, yet again, kind of like a placeholder. It's not probably going to be the final product. I might have a control room to open this up at some point, but all we need to do is sit and hit this button here, and then, as we can see, it starts opening, and it doesn't seem to be opening very fast. I mean, you couldn't make a quick escape out of here. There are probably better ways of doing this, which I don't know about, but it does work. It still works, even... Oh, that doesn't sound or look good. It does appear to be moving again, though. I think that's the side that I've had issues with. One of the sides, whilst I was building it, I just couldn't seem to get right, and I think it is the side that is on the right to me right now. The left-hand side, or the side that is on the left of me right now, always seem to go rather well. But it does look like they are opening quite nicely, and then you can see we've got a massive, giant hole which we can fly our craft out of, which is gonna be glorious. And yeah, I'm really liking this. Really liking this. Now, I did mention at the beginning of the episode, one thing that I would kind of like to do is have a system where we can select our craft. So we'll have like tunnels going off, one that way, one in each direction. And then we just flick a button, and using pistons, I imagine, it will bring a craft along and we can get in it and we can fly away. I think that would be really cool. And I think that might be something that I work on in the next episode. And then once I've got a kind of system where I can select my craft, then I'll be working on a spaceship, I imagine. But there, yeah, look, it's shut, it's opened, so it does work. Once I have got it all the way open or all the way shut, all I need to do is click this switch here, and then the connectors on the base will activate, hopefully, if we come in and have a look, and they should connect. There we go, yes, so they have. And I've got that all set up with a timer block and with a few groups. Just gonna sit here and wait for this to shut, and I think that will be the end of this episode. I think that's all I wanted to do in this episode. Like I said, it was this big missile solo base, the giant door, the mega doors. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call this episode yet. It's either missile solo base, missile silo, that's so hard to say, missile silo base, or the mega door. I'm not sure. I'll see when it comes to editing, But thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, why not give it a like? If you've really enjoyed it and want to keep up with the content on my channel, please do consider subscribing. I'd like to give a big thanks to all of the continued support from my patrons, and I have been Carnasa. and I will see you later.